Welcome in, everybody. I am GpaSilverMane, and this is the first blog post of 2022, January 7th, actually. And you can find this every Friday. Generally, they put one out every Friday on their main website, MarvelStrikeForce.com. Now, this is wonderful because this is our insight. This is giving us a look ahead for events, all sorts of new content, just wonderful, wonderful information, and we can dive into it here. If you haven't already, definitely like and subscribe. And comment down below your thoughts, your feedback. I'd love to hear that. New year, new dimensions, and that is so true with Pocket Dimension coming. Greetings, Commanders. We hope everyone had a fun, safe, and relaxing holiday season. Even though January has just begun, we've got a full slate of events heading your way to help you hit the ground running in 2022, and they have actually started already and ended a few with Avengers Tower. Quite wonderful. Ring in the new year with an event campaign for all your rebels out there. A new dimension for your roster, a ghost sighting, and opportunities to double up your resources. So we have Ghost Spider coming in the Blitz. We have Rebels that you have to use for the Spider Punk event campaign. You have to use Rebels in the hard section of that. And a new dimension is our Pocket Dimension, which is going to be very difficult on my level 65 free to play, but it shouldn't be too bad on my 2-year-old account. And I will cover both those and how I do in the Pocket Dimension itself, kind of how I go about it, so you can reflect and or see and compare that type of deal. Rock and roll, baby. All right, here we go. And this is why Spider-Punk's my favorite. Rock and roll, 80s, 70s, early 90s, all through the 90s, really. Rock and roll is wonderful. It's from the soul. Music, it's beautiful on the ears, right? Start your sound check and make sure your roster's blunt instruments are ready to play, because your chance to recruit Spider-Punk in the Rock and Roll event campaign starts on January 14th at 4 p.m. Now, a lot of people are surprised by this because that's when Pocket Dimension starts. So you're going to be running them simultaneously, right? Which ain't a bad thing. It's just more screen time, and I could see how that could be a bad thing for players out there. Join Spider-Man and Spider-Punk as they work together to stop a mysterious entity that's been attacking Spider people all across the multiverse. Here are the event requirements for each difficulty. And they had changed this, I believe, last time, if not the time before, for Cersei. And it was actually a struggle. I maxed all the easy ones, everything like that. And I couldn't get into the hard. I was halfway through the medium, and I couldn't even unlock her. So this is very difficult if you started recently, okay? Your roster ain't very wide and very strong, and you're not be able to go very far. So if you're just doing the easy campaign, you may not get an unlock here. And that's the scary, sad part. Now, obviously, both my accounts are going to be able to do this hard content, but I will play through the medium and maybe the easy on one, if not both of my accounts, to kind of show you how I went about it with different teams and such, and my recommendations personally. Pocket Dimension, as we mentioned in our final blog of 2021, the next great battle for Strike's top commanders is bursting into existence on January 14th at 4 p.m. with the first ever Pocket Dimension. And it's sick. It's essentially the duplicate of Dark Dimension 1, which you have to have 6-star characters. But Pocket Dimension, you don't have to. You have to have the Resolute trait characters. And them by themselves there's quite a few difficult characters for first-year players, I would say. So, it's not some of the premium characters out there. Cersei's the big go-to, and if you have Omega Red, you really don't need any guidance at this point. You'll walk right through it. So your account's already far enough into the game. For this edition of Pocket Dimension, Commanders level 65 plus can enter with 5 characters. So that's kind of cool that they're putting it at 65 plus, because anybody before level 65 would just have a really, really bad experience. I'm actually just level 65 on my free-to-play account, 68 days in, started November 1st. And I will only be able to clear maybe 3 to 5 nodes from looking at it right now over on MSF.gg. They have they have the map of it, like 8 out of 10 nodes or 7 out of 10 nodes. And it gets hard, okay? So I'm not going to be able to complete it either time, the first run or the second run. But the Resolute trait, definitely sort your roster and see which 5 characters you want to use. And what I recommend when doing this is actually picking characters that are going to help your account long term. Shuri being one of the biggest ones on there. If you have a Shuri, anything you put into Shuri is a good investment. It's like stock market. You don't have to worry about that investment. It's going to stand the test of time with her defense up in her big hill. She is quite a wonderful character. She's a legendary, and she actually earns that title legendary in her kit. just for the defense up, quite honestly. There are no other additional requirements, but it's likely that you'll need to power up your Resolute characters to a high level to meet the challenge. Just like Dark Dimension, you can use Dark Health Packs or Power Cores to heal or revive characters who were eliminated during battle. And like I just said with Shuri, with that defense up, making your characters live longer, take less damage, and then her big, massive AoE heal, that's sustained. You won't have to buy as many Dark Health Packs and or spend as many Power Cores. So definitely lean on Shuri if you have her unlocked. I do not have her unlocked on my 65 account, but I will be utilizing her on my 2-year-old account. Obviously, Cersei. If you have Cersei, max her. You already probably have her as the highest character in your account, other than Icarus. They're probably both up there. Cersei's going to help you as well carry through this with stuns, turn meter rewinds, and everything else. She's quite wonderful. All right. Along with rewards for completing each mission, you also receive first time and timed run rewards. Pocket Dimension rewards include fully crafted teal and orange gear, catalyst parts, silver promo. See, and they are introducing silver and gold promos into almost every event I've seen for the last 2 or 3 months, and that might be their fix to the crunch on them. Is Flash events like Chaos Theory still important? Absolutely. You can never get enough of these silver and gold promos. There's 190 characters, and there's only going to end up being more, and it just takes so many of them to make one upgrade. So bear that in mind. And you will get one shard. It looked like one shard of Scarlet Spider, as well as 150,000 gold and some other odds and ends per node that you beat. And that gold is huge. So definitely make an attempt at it, even if you can't beat it, because that gold and such is going to help your account. Like my level 65, it's really going to help that account. 150,000 gold really adds up. You only have 7 days to earn these rewards, so keep an eye out for the start of Pocket Dimension. And it is in the Dark Dimension tab. If you go in there and all the way to the right, past Dark Dimension 5, you will find it. The graphics on it and the drawing, the artwork for it are phenomenal. The hand holding the world, or what, I don't know what it's holding, but it's holding an awesome orb-looking structure, which I thought was the world. And it's actually, the graphics are stellar. I really wish the guy that drew that would go in and do the artwork, and maybe he did, for Avengers Tower, because that to the eye, you want into that Pocket Dimension. It looks sick, right? Returning legendary event, the infamous Dr. Ock, Dr. Octopus, is gearing up for the first 2022 appearance. He is so hard to kill on ward defense. This guy will literally, every time you hit him, he will heal. He is insanely powerful. I had him on my offensive roster, and after just losing war after war attempt against this guy with punch downs and all sorts of combination of characters, I moved him to defense. He's that insane on war defense. He is one of the top 5, probably, in my opinion. That shouldn't even be on a war defense, but that's where he shines. Really, really good. Surgical Strike, which starts on January 10th, you'll need a full X-Force team at a minimum of 5 stars to recruit Doc Ock. Now, you're going to get Domino from the Blitz Orb as you open it. Cable's, a lot of these characters are node farms. So, like Cable, X-23's War Store, and then Deadpool's Arena Store. This is not a priority for a new to mid-game player. This is more of a in-game farm type of, if this is your favorite character, go after him type of deal. If you love Doc Ock and the Sin 6, I mean, who don't, right? But don't change up what you're doing now to build your account to focus on this. He will be back again shortly, and you'll have plenty more chances to get him. And if nothing else, it'll only get easier, as we've seen with other legendaries. All right, so upcoming blitzes. Hey ho, let's go grab a character shard for Wakandan royalty and a new addition to the Spider-Verse with our upcoming blitzes. Hey ho, I don't get that. Warrior King Blitz, where you can claw through enemies and pounce on tons of Black Panther. Huge for Chaos Theory. This is wonderful. And now in-game players are like, well, that's a good thing because they're not going to participate other than to get their milestones probably. And that'll give you a better chance of getting more Black Panther shards. So definitely give it your best, as he is used. You could use him as a raid team, but I wouldn't recommend it currently, obviously. But he's used for Chaos Theory, and it's so important. Definitely go watch my video I just made on that, and it kind of shows off what you need him at exactly. The shards are the biggest, hardest part. You don't have to invest much at all to complete it. And then on January 13th at 4 p.m., Dimension Traveler Blitz returns. So not even a week away. 6 days. It'll only be done for 2 days, and then it'll be back like 2 or 3 days later. So you'll be able to get her unlocked, hopefully. Looking at the payouts, I can see a lot of people not getting her unlocked, and I feel bad, and I'm sorry. I actually bought a couple of them orbs with cores, 2 orbs, I think, 1 or 2 orbs on each account. including my free-to-play, and I still don't think I'm going to get her unlocked to my free-to-play account. So that hurts. But don't worry, you will eventually have another chance of getting her. I just don't know where they're going to implement her at. Traveler Blitz returns. Opportunity to recruit Ghost Spider. Beat enemies like a drum. See, now I like the musical referrals here. The rock and roll, Spider Punk, you know, the electric guitar, man. That is sick. I'm going to beg my girlfriend to let me get that $50 orb pack for him. Because I didn't get it for Ghost Spider, and I didn't get it for Scarlet Spider. I really want Spider Punk beefy. He's my favorite of them all. Just from the cosmetics. And that's what I mean about graphics being so important. And if you truly love a character, go after them, okay? Enjoy them. Because their time to shine may never come, or when it does, you don't want to be spending it leveling up your favorite character to try to enjoy that moment. Bonus and flash events. Prep for Doc Ock's legendary event, racking up training modules, okay? And they changed this, which is quite wonderful. They made it to where it's broke down. Really easy start dates. You can go in here and look and write down maybe on a piece of scratch paper which ones you want to focus on. Full Force bonus event, you'll get 2 times shards from campaign notes for X-Force characters. Being Cable. So you can get Cable from campaign notes. That's kind of rough. So 2 times on Cable. Not really good there. And most of the time on these 2-time events, I'm lucky if I even get a 4-shard drop. I usually get 0. I think this actually hurts the drop rate personally. Training Gain bonus event. January 9th. 2-time training module rewards from campaigns. Just get what you get. Training Gain events, just in my opinion, are not that great. Just play your regular thing. Do not spend extra cores, in my personal opinion. It's just not worth it. Core to training modules, the ratio is not good. So just get what you can get from spending your regular 1,000 energy a day, 900 energy, you know. Need a hand bonus event. And this is the one that I think is the least necessary, but I've actually seen quite an intense bottleneck currently on my level 65 free-to-play. But now that I have the Battle Pass free section in RTA, as well as the free section of Strike Pass, I think my catalysts will sustain and be just fine. But up to that point, 68 days in, I've had to purchase a lot of catalysts for gold, needless to say. So this is, I can see why you'd want to go after hand characters, and if you choose to, it's not a bad idea. I mean, it's actually a really great idea. I just personally cannot waste my life farming hand minions. If they were named characters, absolutely. You know what I mean? Nobu, Electra would be alright, but not hand minions. I'm sorry. Train and Gain bonus event again. Relic Hunt flash event. So this is another flash event, and that's essentially getting 2 times shards for these characters. And there's like 3 minions you can farm. Nobu's one of them. But the Relic Hunt itself is going to give you all the catalyst parts. And it's a decent amount of catalysts. So definitely look into it. See if that's something that you need to do and or want to do for your account. Until next time, rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. It's said right here. Where you at? Rock and roll. Right? Ain't God's pollution. Rock and roll is not God's pollution. Okay. Much love. Stay healthy. And I really hope to see you all in the next one.